And these teeth have to drain down towards the collarbone, but in order to get there, they have to. Hey everyone, this is Dr. Perry, the Lymph Doc from Stop Chasing Pain, and today's video is going to be a follow-up one to the one I just did on the largest lymph node in the neck. Everybody really seemed to love that one and enjoy that one. The comments have been fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing those. And I'm so happy to see everyone is noticing such a big difference in those. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up at the top. The link's going to pop up somewhere up here. I'll also put it in the description box below that you can click on that. And also check out our playlist for our lymphatic videos that are clustered together. That one went kind of crazy bangbusters successful, which is awesome. So I'm going to explain a little bit more about what I used just recently to help me with a tooth extraction. So I had to go to the dentist. Today's Friday, and on Monday, and I had to get a wisdom tooth removed because there was some trauma to it. It had a little crack in there. And so they did an extraction. Needless to say, it was uncomfortable, it was painful, and you're going to have inflammation from that procedure. So this is where doing the lymphatic work before the procedure will really help you recover after the procedure or any other surgical intervention that you're doing. And we'll talk about that in a moment. And I continue to do the lymphatics afterwards as well. Everything worked so great that I actually went to my dentist yesterday for a follow-up, and he said, "What in the world are you doing? Like, I've never seen an extraction wound start to clear that fast and repair that fast in all my years of doing this stuff." And I just said, "Hey man, it's all about the lymph. That's my jam." So let's talk about what in the world the lymphatic system is and why you want to do it. So the lymphatic system is the primary part of your immune system. Its job is to trap things in the lymph nodes and kill them. So it kills things that are trying to kill you and take you out. And it removes waste of all different types. But here's the kicker. Its primary thing is to remove inflammation in the body. I'm going to say that again. Its primary job is to remove inflammation, swelling, and edema in the body. Now, do you think you're going to have some inflammation after a tooth extraction or a surgical procedure? Yes or yes, of course, right? So we want to help that process heal faster. But here's my question. What happens if you have underlying inflammation in an area that you might not have known was inflamed because you never worked your lymphatic system, and then you got a procedure that added more inflammation on top of prior inflammation? That means that you're probably going to struggle to heal. So the reason you want to do lymphatic work before any kind of surgical procedure is because it will help you recover faster afterwards. The state of your blood flow and lymph flow and nervous system before a surgery or trauma will determine how well you recover from that surgery or trauma. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're actually going to revisit what I told you in the prior video because they're important steps in draining the teeth. Now, here's the cool part. There's a lot of cool parts here. Every tooth has its own individual blood flow, but it also has its own individual lymph flow. And that inflammation and swelling around a tooth or waste products in the mouth, including the bacteria that's around the gums and around the tooth, has to get out somehow. And the lymph is it. So if you have all these different teeth here, this is where the inflammation is. Where is the inflammation trying to go? It goes down towards the collarbone at the lymphatic drain on the left and on the right. So the right side of your head, neck, and face drain to the right side collarbone. The left side of your head, neck, and face goes to the left side collarbone. So I had my left lower back wisdom tooth removed. So everything's really going to try to go here. But But you always want to work both sides because both sides talk to each other based on pressure. So start on the side that you had your issues on, and then you can go work the other side, but don't neglect them. Now, you've got lymph nodes in your body, and we said before in our prior video that those are the mini toilets, M-I-N-I, and you have many, M-A-N-Y, of them, and they trap stuff and kill things. You got about 600 or 700, somewhere in that ballpark, and they're all over the place, but they're mostly located in the neck, in the gut, and near the skin. So out of the 700 lymph nodes, this is going to blow your mind. 1/3 of that number is from the collarbone up. 1/3 of that number is from the collarbone up. So you really, really want to make sure you work this area so you have a healthy everything from collarbone up, including your brain. All right. So here, what are you going to do about it? This is awesome, Doc. I love this stuff. It makes so much sense, right? But how can I help myself? Here we go. So I have mine done on the left side, so I'm going to start here. I want to revisit. All the lymph is going to drain towards left collarbone, right collarbone. 75 to 80% of all the lymph in the body drains to the left side collarbone. The remaining percent drives to the right side because that's just how the plumbing is set up. People always ask me, why is that? I don't know. That's just the way it works. Okay. So we want to massage and rub above the collarbone to open the drain that the teeth are trying to go to. So gently put your hand above the collarbone and rub in different directions, clockwise, counterclockwise. Make star patterns. I joked before in the prior video, you can draw balloon animals or hieroglyphics, just don't cause pain. Another thing you can do is just slightly elevate your shoulder a little bit to relax this place above here, and then rub, just like that. You can even pump your shoulder up and down a little bit, and that's kind of like a pumping mechanism for this area opening up. Now, when this area opens up, everything above it's going to start to come down. The next place we're going to go is we'll work the neck upwards towards the largest lymph node of the neck, which was on that prior video that sits behind the angle of the jaw, below the lobe of the ear, at cervical 1, cervical 2, right there where all those nerves drop out of your brain, cranial nerves. Go back and watch the prior video for that one. So here you've got this muscle called your sternocleidomastoid. If I turn my head to the side, you see this muscle pop out? I want to, after I rub here, rub along that muscle from the bottom and just work your way up. Just like this. Easy. You don't have to press really, really hard. Circles work awesome. Go right behind the angle of the jaw and spend a good amount of time there in front of that sternocleidomastoid muscle, and it'll sit in front of this big bump behind your ear called your mastoid process. So that's not a lymph node, that's bone. And rub it. Now this one got really swollen on me after I had the tooth yanked out. Now the teeth drain into underneath the jawline and underneath the chin and what they call submandibular. Mandibular is the fancy word for jaw. Submental, mental means chin, underneath here. So now go from the back angle of that jaw, rub underneath like this, working your way forward. Using finger, thumb, however you need to do it, and turn your head accordingly and tilt it how you need to really get in there so you can relax it. Mine is still pretty sensitive because it's still draining. Go to the corner. Now, important, work your way back to where you started. So here, you'll go back to that angle of the jaw, back to that largest lymph node in the neck, and then rub again down the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Go to above the collarbone at the drain, and then rub. And I would do that sequence 3 times. So I'll go again. I'll come up. I'll make this a little bit faster. Now, when you're in this part, just grab that muscle a little bit and kind of squeeze it, rub it a little bit. It'll be tender. Okay? Milk those lymph nodes. Then come up, rub, work forward, pressing underneath that jaw angle. and then work back. Do that again. And then after you do 3 of those, I would like for you to go underneath this chin here and slide back to the angle of the jaw and slide down to the collarbone 3 times. Oh man, it feels really, really good. And then repeat the same exact sequence on the other side. All right. Let's take a closer look at the submandibular submental regions. Okay. This is your jaw called your mandible. This back part is called the angle of the jaw. This is sub, means below, mandibular. Chin is submental, underneath. And remember that largest lymph node in the neck sits behind the angle of the jaw, below the lobe of the ear. That's your ear hole right there. And then this big bone is the bone behind your ear. So that's not a lymph node. Some people have said in that video, I'm feeling this thing here and it's really hard. Is that my lymph node? No, that's just your skull. It'll sit in the space right here. Now, look, there's all your teeth, right? And these teeth have to drain down towards the collarbone, but in order to get there, they have to go through the nodes, like underneath the chin, underneath the angle, back here, down the neck, into the drain. But when you're feeling up underneath here, what you're likely going to feel are hard areas, little swollen things underneath there, and those are the lymph nodes. And then here, that's sometimes what the doctor will check for if you're sick, right? Because they're going to get swollen when you're sick because they're supposed to. Remember in the prior video, I said that lymph nodes are supposed to get swollen when you're sick because they're trying to kill stuff that's trying to kill you. So you just let them do its thing. Okay. That's if you're sick. But here, you're trying to get rid of inflammation. So I want to get in there and get this stuff out. So go underneath that jawline like this and then rub like this. So you're kind of scraping underneath that region like that. And then you follow along the rest of the sequence that I would like for you to do based on and don't lose the top of your head when you do this, because that means you have a bigger problem than the lymph nodes underneath here. Okay? Hopefully that helped you visualize where they are. Common questions that I get is how often should you do that? Well, that depends. Just see how you feel. Start with once a day. If that feels great, you can try it again later. Just remember that you can do anything, even if it's good, too much, because you just don't need what you don't need. And you let your body do its jam, do its thing, and clear things out. Now, what I also like to add in there afterwards is red light. I love red light therapy. I've been using red light therapy and laser therapy for 20 years. I've been doing this stuff a long time. So I clear that by hand. Then I'll put some laser, some red light here. There are a lot of different types of manufacturers. There are people that have the panels. There are people that have the ones that you hold here. People that have the wraps right here. I'll put a link below to the ones that I use and the ones that I like. If you would like to use that, you can log in and use my code and try that as well. But I'm also going to put in here in the description below a link to our full body lymphatic mojo body release video. This is one that you can watch on your own for life. It's about 2 hours long and you can learn to do like every part of your body, and you got some exercises in there and self-care stuff as well. So if you want to go more down the lymphatic rabbit hole, you can. But for now, that's the big picture of why I would like for you to do that sequence when you have any issues from the collarbone up to the head, from surgeries to traumas to headaches, things like that. Okay? And like always, it's a good idea for you to consult and visit your own individual healthcare practitioner if you have chronic pain, if things just feel like they're not responding or getting worse, or if you're at all hesitant about doing something, please, please, please visit your own healthcare provider to get a checkup as well. We highly encourage that. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. We pump out one video, long form video every week. Every Friday, Saturday, I try to do that. And then we have one short form video as well. Comments below are always welcome, and I do respond to every comment. This is Dr. Perry, the Lymph Doc from Stop Chasing Pain. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Have a great one. Enjoy your lymph.